I don't. If you're Sabonis, I don't see why though. Like,
you want to go play for a competitive team, man. And
so
question:
who are you gonna play for? That's my like. We have to stop, bro. Oh my goodness,
his glasses.
I hate this.
When we say competitive, we saying
no. We have to stop acting like the grass is just greener with any other team. Yo, what's good? I go by the name of Stealth. We got All Net No Ram. We back with another video, man. Doughboy Bush, Teddy Y45, man. What's good, my brothers, man?
Man, what's good with you, brody?
Yes,
Friday.
Yes, sir. It's Friday, man. Kings just played last night against the Chicago Bulls, and we lost.
Chicago Bulls and actually lost.
We lost, man. So, you know, I know it's been a while since we've been back on the channel, but we just wanted to kind of tap in and, you know, heading into the play-in just to kind of talk about the Kings and give our thoughts about where we feel they are right now, where we see them headed in the near future and, you know what I'm saying, into the not so far out future when it comes to like this next season, how the team's going to look and things like that. So we're going to cover a little bit today, but if this is your first time to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, let us know what you think, man. We're going to get straight to it.
Yes, sir.
So, like I said, man, so we lost to the Bulls last night, but the game before that, we beat the Cavaliers, who were the #1 team in the East. So it's kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde thing right now, man. I feel like we kind of play up to our competition or play down to our competition, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Kevin Huerter, you know what I'm saying, revenge game. He came through, almost scored 30 on us. I want to say he had like 25, something like that. He was going crazy, you know, from the three-point line, lighting us up. And he actually, I sent y'all a video. I don't know if y'all watched it, but he actually was talking about how it felt good to get a win, a revenge game, this and that. I kind of want to talk about that, you know what I'm saying, a little bit. Not yet, but, you know, as we kind of get into the pod, kind of touch on that, just to kind of see like, what do you think that was about? But anyway, man, so Teddy White, man, we're going to start with you. What are your thoughts on the Kings right now? Playing, you know, it's looking like we're going to be a playing team. We're not going to get to that 6th spot. Hopefully we can get to that 7th spot to where we just got to win one game. But, you know, again, that's only one spot. So, I mean, you know, you got 8, 9, 10 that's going to be in the play-in. So where do you kind of see us falling within that? And do you see us making the playoffs, man? What do you think?
I mean, I see us getting in at that play-in, but I mean, like the last 2 games is pretty much resemblance to what this season has been, an up and down, a roller coaster. You know what? It reminds me of the Derek Carr, right? You get Hall of Fame, and then in a blink of an eye, you get Ryan Leaf. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Kings.
It's like you don't know what you're gonna get. Right.
And I'm just saying, you go from Tom Brady to Jimmy G quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, honestly, I have no expectations for the remainder of the season.
I don't like that.
You know,
though.
Like this is a team that cannot make the playoffs. That sounds
so disappointing when you say that to me.
Yeah.
Damn, no expectations.
I say the expectation because I feel like we're right on time. You know what I'm saying? I feel like with what we've dealt with this season, star player leaving, coaching, turmoil, back and forth. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. We've been people playing out of position, people get too many moving parts. And I just feel like, man, we actually, with everything that we've been through, we can damn near be 12th right now in the West. You know what I mean? But we still
can be 5th.
Yeah,
like,
and that's the thing. We're in a situation where we can not get in the playoffs, or we can upset somebody in these playoffs. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
That's the dynamic of the team and the up and down that we've been facing this season with these Kings. So
no, absolutely. So as it stands right now, as of March 21st, the Kings are currently 9th. Behind, so we're talking about just, you know, playing teams behind the Clippers and Timberwolves. Clippers 7th, Timberwolves 8th, Kings 9th, Suns 10th. Oh boy, man, what's your thoughts, man? You know, the season is coming to a close. You know, it seems like we'll kind of get like a win streak, and then we'll lose, and then we'll win. It's like, oh, it looks good, and then we lose 2 straight and 3 straight, and it's like we win 3 straight. Like, it's looking like we're gonna split. Like, we're gonna be like 41-41. That's gonna be a record. Right now we're 35-34. Right. I feel like we're gonna be like a 500 team. Give or take a game. So just what's your thoughts on the Kings right now? And are we going to make this playoffs? How do you feel like we're going to fare in the play-in? What's your thoughts?
I'm kind of like going with Teddy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's no expectation at this point, because of what's been going on, and them not trying to. They really don't know their identity, rotation of the players, and things of that nature. So it's kind of like you can't really expect too much. You got an interim head coach. I give my kudos to Doug. He's doing a wonderful job so far with what he's been handed over, the last half of the season. And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro, the last 26 games, I had them, honestly, at 14 wins and 12 losses. I don't know what their record is now, before that goes. But that was my prediction for the last, 26 games. I had them at 14 and 12. Mm-hmm. But, they're losing against teams they should win. And you said it earlier, playing down to competition, then playing up to competition. It's like, come on, man.
Well, you see how hot we started against the Bulls last night. Right. And then I'm watching as I think we built like a cool little, I think like a dozen points lead, something like that. I was like, okay. I kind of walk away. I'm like, oh yeah, we got this game at night. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I come back, I'm like, all right, Bulls are down 5. All right, now they got the lead. I'm like, I see Kevin Huerter going off in the 4th. It's like, man, like,
disgusting. I'm not.
And it's
just
like you gotta win those games, man.
Kevin Huerter, where were you at, bro? When we had you on the squad, why we didn't have them games from you?
Well,
you go ahead and go to Chicago, and I understand the rotation, trying to figure out your niche, trying to figure out how many shots you should go ahead and put up, fitting DeRozan in there. Then at the time, you had Fox, and then you had Monk and the rest of the cast. But it's like we brought you to Sacramento for you to go ahead and be able to get us buckets when we need it, especially from behind the arc. You got out here, man, and couldn't throw a penny in the ocean.
Yeah, right. Nah, yeah.
I think one of the problems, I think one of the problems was when you go from the first year he was here and to now, the offense is a little bit different. And we're talking about Huerter, right? We're talking about Huerter, right?
Yeah, Huerter.
I think that when he first got here, the offense was a lot more fast paced. Where for him, it was kind of like run to a spot. He can kind of come off a screen, get to it, shoot it fast. You know what I mean? So that's why when you watch yesterday, he was hit. Not only was it because he was a big game coming back, I guess they would say revenge game. Whatever. But the Chicago Bulls offense simulated a lot that fast pace, get to a place, penetrate, kick. Like, it was just so much turmoil going on where his position had changed. The way he was getting the ball had changed.
And then he wasn't even getting no tick here. He felt completely out of the lineup before they traded him. It was to the point where I'm like, is Brow hurt? I'm like, where so is this guy kind of weird? So, like, let's kind of get into it since we're already talking about him. He was interviewed post game, and like they were asking him like, yo, so did this feel good? Like, revenge game, coming back to Sac, this and that. And he was like, yeah. Like, I think I sent y'all the call. I don't know if y'all watched it, but he was like, yeah, I did. It felt real good. Like, he's basically saying like, yeah, I had this one marked on the calendar. I wanted to get a win. I wanted to play well, and that's what we did. Why do you think he felt slighted? To call it a revenge game? Was it just the trade, trade in general, or is it because like he wasn't getting no tick before the trade?
I think it was what you just said. The second half it was him not getting into the rotation.
Yeah, because he felt completely out of rotation.
The 6 or 7 man rotation that Doug Christie had. We were texting each other in the group chat like, "Hey man, where's Kevin Huerter at?" There's been talks last show. Hey, where's Huerter?
Yeah,
why is he not in the game? See a DNP on there. Okay, maybe he's hurt. You'd be like, nah, he ain't hurt. But I felt like he wanted to go ahead and had this marked on the calendar because he wanted his get back, just based on the fact that he probably felt like they weren't utilizing him to his best ability when they did, make some switches. Coaching staff has changed up a little bit. And he probably felt like, hey, look, man, I fell out the rotation. I'm an intricate part of this, team any longer. Well, hell, when I come back to play you guys, if you guys do decide to release me or trade me, I'm going to show you, hey, this is what you guys are missing. You should probably play me a little bit more.
Yeah, he did. He did what he's supposed to do yesterday.
Absolutely.
He showed up yesterday. He showed out. Now, can you do that for the remainder of the 13th season? No. And also, this is another thing. He's playing with no expectation also, right? Yeah. Of course, he wants to finish the season strong for individual, right? But I mean, come on.
No, right.
Like,
All right. I mean, can you guard him? If you're the Kings, can you guard him? You know what he's trying to do. You see him in the corner open, you know he's going to shoot. He's not going to dribble, drive.
It's crazy.
Guard him.
It's crazy that you said that. Yeah, it's crazy that you said that because it's like he was on the team for the past 2 years.
You know
those
him.
who were there with him. You know what his normal routine is and how he gets his shots, where the sweet spots are at. You know, okay, all right, you know what? I know Kevin Hart come pick.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or like how Teddy said, hey, fast break, you just go ahead and hit one of these little corner areas, I'm gonna find you. You know what I'm saying? Dribble up to hoop, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna kick and drive.
But see, the problem is, like, we had a problem with rebounding. We had a problem with the second chance shots. The last 30 games, or we might be able to go back even further, we literally, the reason why Herb was able to get off the way he did was because we've been having problem defensively with the guards.
Hey, man, it's been...
We have a problem.
Defensively, period. We're not playing no defense.
None whatsoever.
We're not playing any defense.
None.
All Cody
we
White
gave up
yesterday.
128 to the Bulls last night. 128.
Yeah.
And I said that to y'all in text. I'm like, hey, how are the Bulls over 100 points?
Right.
What are you getting ready to say about Kobe White?
There's
Teddy White, you gonna say something about Kobe White?
Yeah, I want to say yesterday, Kobe White, and it's another guard that was that they had
Trey
out
Jones.
there yesterday. Yes. Yeah.
Getting off.
Man, them boys yesterday, them boys played. Them boys showed up yesterday. 2 guards and the Kings had a problem yesterday. But the thing was, they had a problem off the dribble, right? Mm-hmm. So since they had a problem off the dribble, when the big man comes over, right, for the help, because the guards needed help damn near all night.
Yeah.
So now that I'm coming with the help, because you getting beat one-on-one, now Herter is shooting wide open jump shots.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Also, too, did you notice that for the majority of the game, besides like the beginning of the game, they were running small? Vucevic had like 20. How many points did he have? Vucevic had 24 points on us. Valanciunas only played 15 minutes. What
was he in foul trouble?
Yeah.
Was he in foul trouble or he got hurt?
Was it foul trouble?
Valanciunas.
Was it foul trouble? 4-5?
Was he in foul trouble? Yes, sir. Was he in foul trouble?
I'm not for sure, but I know yesterday he had he did 5. He was 5 or 6. So the Bulls came into the arena saying, we want to go small. They're down Sabonis. Let's go small, because that's our advantage. The guard, we know they have guard problem guarding, right? So they came in with a plan and executed the plan. They kept the big man off. I want to say he played 14 minutes yesterday?
Mm-hmm. 15.
Oh.
Let's see. I'm trying to look at this. I'm trying to look at this stat line, bro. I'm looking at this.
Yeah, he played 15 minutes. He had what was this? Like 6 points, I think, 5 rebounds,
5 and 6 or something like that. 6 and 5. Bro. I know it was something.
Yeah, Valanciunas only played. Wait, let's see. Was he in foul trouble? Let's see if he's in foul trouble. Because this is crazy, brother. If he only played that many minutes.
Yeah, and then for Vucevic to go off, in the interior and get 24, it's like, bro, like, I mean, I don't know what happened, man. I feel like that was a win we should have got, though, man. You got to win those type of games. So, yeah, the Kings are at 35 wins.
35 and 34.
Well, I don't think we're going to get to that 7th spot, man.
No, that's out.
The Clippers are there now at 39 and 30, but the Timberwolves are 8th. It's just 1 game behind. They're 40 and 31. We're not gonna get there. So we're not gonna lead
neither one of them teams.
Well, right now Phoenix is on our heels. If we lose a couple more games, Phoenix is gonna be that 9th spot. I mean, but once you're 9th or 10th, it don't even matter. You got to win 2 games again.
Yeah.
So gotta win 2. You know what? We have to correct these third and these fourth quarters again. Yesterday was a problem. We getting outscored in these third and fourth quarters. It seemed like by 9 or 10 points, and we got to stop this.
Yeah.
From what I've been watching and analyzing, man, is that, and I've been probably saying this for probably a bulk of the year, is their defensive intensity is just nowhere around.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have no identity on defense.
None
whatsoever.
They don't play physical.
But that comes with. But you know what? That comes with time. That comes with reps.
But see,
so that chemistry.
Can I push back? Can I push back on that time? Because that's the thing that Mike Brown was trying to establish, right? So he did start this year off, right? This was his third year. So kind of like the third year under this kind of like regime or whatever, even if you take the Mike Brown, his coaching out of it, you implement Doug Christie. I'm sure he kept a lot of those philosophies and concepts that they came in with in training camp. And this is year 3 of this, and you still can't figure it out on defense as far as being consistent.
Can we find out has the defense statistically gotten better under Doug?
I don't think so.
You know what? That's a good question.
Don't quote me on that, but I don't think so though.
But
I don't think so.
And I'm saying, you know what? 1-2 steals a game more.
Just a block.
That's a difference.
Something.
A block here. Block here, rebounds here. I mean, they've lacked. Like I said, is rebounds. They're getting out rebounded. Unfortunately, they're getting beat in transition. Too many easy transitions.
My issue is on ball. They're getting
on ball
screens.
Defense
You know what I'm saying? There's no hedging. It's just like, okay, they're going over the screens, but then it's like, okay, like, the ball handlers finding, the open man, or they're pulling up, they're making a shot. It's just like,
the team defense, the team,
yes,
overall is not good.
I wonder if it's communication.
Only is the team defense not good individually.
Oh, it's not good neither. When you lose somebody like Sabonis, who is normally a defensive stopper and can go ahead and create problems for the opposing offensive player, he goes down and he's been pretty much the anchor to that defense. With his defensive attention, I haven't seen anybody pick up what he's been picking up as far as defensive wise.
Well, I mean, we gotta give Keon. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he always puts up, yeah.
Okay, we'll give Ellis some effort for sure.
The effort. You get what I'm saying? Because it all starts with effort. Effort is contagious.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So and I like, what's the other guy we brought? He was in the Memphis Summer League.
Oh man, that cat.
I love his game. I love his effort. You know what I'm saying? If we can get his feet a little quicker on the shift, left and right, the lateral, he'll be okay. But these are things in the off season when we come into a season, the communication can get better.
Yeah.
But until then, man, y'all it's the little shit.
It's the little things. Man,
and
here's my thing, like, man, when I look at this roster, right, I'm like, man, we got some dudes on this roster. You got DeRozan, you got Lavine, you got Sabonis, why?
They don't have a true point guard, man.
That's the problem now. That's the problem now. And even when we had Fox, he wasn't playing well this season. So
they don't have a true point guard.
Man, I'm watching Kobe White last night. I'm like, hey, man, what's his contract looking like?
Bruh, out there leading them boys.
I'm like, bruh, he's a really good NBA player that nobody talks about.
He is.
He's been consistent ever since he came out of college.
They don't really get too much. Yeah, they don't get really too much airtime. He's in Chicago, so it's like, hey, Chicago ain't really doing good. They're in a lottery situation for the number 1 overall pick, I want to say. So ain't nobody really paying too much attention, you know what I mean, from that aspect of it. But I definitely do. He is a ball player. He's definitely an NBA player. But yeah, Kings don't have no identity on defense. And I said this before, and they don't have a true point guard to actually lead and run the offense.
Those are the two issues, man. I agree. So let's talk about this real quick. So if we are able to get into the playoffs, would y'all rather that to play the 1 seed, or would you rather get that 7th spot and play the Rockets? OKC or the Rockets? Who do you think we match up better with if we were to get into the playoffs?
If you ask me, neither one.
I mean, I'm gonna go Houston. I'd rather go 7 games with Houston.
Yeah.
Houston, you know what I mean? Them young boys are some dogs over there, though, man.
They are.
That Houston team is built different.
And I know, like, when I say this, I don't know if I told y'all this. I was talking to my other partner in our other thread, like, and I've been telling him, like, I'm taking the field over OKC, man. Like, and they're a good team. Don't get me wrong. Number 1 seed. Right. They're having a hell of a season. They're probably, they're going to win a crazy amount of games this year. But I feel like when you get into that playoffs and you're like in a 7-game series and the team is able just to hone in and lock in on you, and it's going to be a lot of containing Shea, right? Make everybody else beat us. If you're smart, if you're the opposing team, make everybody else beat us. And I feel like if you do that, you're going to give your team a shot. So I just don't feel like, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't know if they're going to make it to the finals like that. I like the Lakers. I like the Lakers.
You talking about who ain't going to make it to the finals?
I don't know if OKC's going to make it to the finals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like the Lakers. I like Denver. I like the way the Grizzlies are playing lately. I hate to say it. Warriors. I don't think
what I'm saying. They're out here making noise right now. That Jimmy Butler trade helped them out. They really
got OKC over these teams.
So you're taking OKC. You're taking OKC over the field. So OKC over.
I'm not gonna say over the field
because to me, I just don't look at it like, okay, they're number 1, yeah, but like I don't think being number 1 automatically just, oh yeah, you going to like I don't look at it like that.
Yeah. No. We done seen this too many times.
That's
this
right.
movie.
But like I said, like so y'all would rather Rockets? Yeah, I mean, because if we just talked about our defense, right?
Right.
It would be very hard.
I want to play OKC. One thing OKC is going to do. Okay, going to play defense. That's why they. Boom.
They
great team defense.
Yep.
Their leader dives on the ball.
Yes.
Right. Like, man. From number 1, from the number 1 person to the 10th person on the bench, it's like, bro, everybody comes in with a hard hat on every single day, ready to work. Nobody complains about the shots they not getting. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
so who's running their 5 and their 4 over there in OKC?
Chet.
Is Chet and Hardenstein?
Williams and Chet.
Williams and Chet.
Is Jalen playing the 4? Jalen playing the 4 spot?
Is it Hardenstein?
Is Hardenstein starting though?
I thought Hardenstein starting. I thought I could be wrong.
I know. I feel like he's been getting in or start. Hey, he's been balling. I know that.
I thought him and Chet been starting. I thought because if you put both them guys and they're both over 7 feet.
Yeah, Jalen Williams is starting.
Okay,
so it's Chet, Jalen Williams, Dort, Cason Wallace, and SGA.
Yeah, SGA.
Dogs.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the Kings are a little too undersized, man. Especially if you don't have a Sabonis. You don't have a Sabonis, you're not gonna be able to go ahead and stop.
He's staying hurt this season, ain't he? Down the stretch, down this little, the hamstring, the ankle. It's like,
yeah, he got hurt. He got hurt at the wrong time for sure.
Man,
he definitely got hurt at the wrong time.
So let's just kind of talk about that, man. Because if we do make the playoffs, we're probably not gonna get past the first round.
I don't think they're going to go ahead and get out the playing game, bro.
I hope so. I hope you're wrong, but
I hope I'm wrong too. But I just don't. I don't see it, man. Just based on from what I've been seeing, the lack of accountability, the lack of playing defense, the lack of rotating. You know what I'm saying? When ball screens come and things of that nature, you can't rebound worth a lick.
But on the other end of that, right? On the other end of that, we started the season off rocky with the whole Mike Brown coaching thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Then we had, after we fired him, there was noise after that, you know what I mean? And then we had the whole De'Aaron Fox wanting to be traded. Then we traded him. Then we got Lavine. And then, it was just like a whole lot of turmoil in the first half of that season. And then we had the injuries, and then we added Valanciunas. It was just like, man, it's been so much going on this season. And I think I've been telling y'all this, but I want to say this on camera so we can get, the viewers to kind of tap in to see what they think. I want to see this group of guys maybe add a piece, you know what I'm saying, over the, free agency, trade, whatever, draft. I want to see this group of guys with their coach. No noise from the coach. No De'Aaron Fox noise. You know what I'm saying? Training camp, come in. You know what I mean? Give this group one more solid year together. But my fear is that there's going to be some guys that maybe like, oh, well, I came here for Fox. if you're DeRozan.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Or I kind of been here and it's not working out if you're Sabonis. You know what I mean? Or Malik Monk. Hey, I could have got more money elsewhere. You know, so like I don't know what's going to happen. Like, so like, what do you think about this group moving forward? Do you think we can keep this group together at least one more season and kind of see like a whole season together with their coach, with their system? You know, they're kind of getting to know each other now. Can we bring this group back? What are your thoughts on Teddy White? Go. I want you to fire out first. I
definitely feel like we got to have some moving parts.
So you think? So you want more movement?
The moving parts is going to help cement the culture. We need some pieces that are going to cement a culture that we're trying to present to the Sacramento fans and free agent players that's going to come in, right? I mean, we got the blueprint there, but we need the rest of the floor in there,
right?
You know. So yeah, I mean, I agree. I would like to see going into this some of the core pieces that's here, seeing what we can do with the training camp with a full one, seeing where they can go. But we definitely got to have some moving pieces going in for sure.
All right, so hold that thought. So I want to ask you, what? Give me 3 type of players, or give me 3 names of players that you kind of like want to see added or traded for, like, or like just kind of like in your mind when you say that, like moving part, like what do you see, like specifically? Give me some players.
So I think Jay Crowder. See, I don't necessarily need a guy on the floor.
Well, he's a locker room guy. Keep him.
You know what I'm saying?
Keep him.
A guy like
keep
Crowder,
him.
We definitely need a guy like that, right?
Yeah.
How can we continue to build with a guy like that, right? But with better talent. Now I want talent.
Well, you're asking too much now. You know why? You know why?
I want character before talent now, because I feel like we have the talent here.
You know why you're asking too much? Who does that in the NBA now? Who plays like that in the NBA? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you don't have guys like the Pat Bevs no more who were productive.
Hey,
when Jay Crowder,
what my dog say? Old rules.
I mean, maybe like a Marcus Smart, but he's getting older. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like
the well is drying up, man.
Yeah. The well is drying up with guys like that, with dogs.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's drying up.
It's drying up.
So let's just get some pieces where we spoke on the point guard, right? I don't know a Fred VanVleet situation, but I'm saying something similar to that. We don't need a playmaker. We need a difference maker. You know what I'm saying?
Man, my only rebel towards that, and I've been saying this, and I know I'm probably gonna catch a slack saying this and being from Sacramento, that being a hometown, born and raised, but it's hard to lure free agents to come to Sacramento. I hate to say it. It's going to be hard.
I think it was getting easier.
It's hard to lure the superstar.
Well, what I'm saying, if you get, I don't think a Fred VanVleet will be willing to go ahead and come to Sac.
I'm not going to lie, though. I feel like we were heading towards a direction of guys kind of looking at them like, hey,
yes.
Now, after the whole De'Aaron thing, and I kind of want to go back. I wanted to mention this when we were talking about Herter. His tone was kind of on some like the same thing that De'Aaron was on. Like, I don't know if it's like front office type, like, there's some guys I really, still I'm going to keep in touch with, but, like, it's like he's feeling kind of salty about somebody, you know what I'm saying? So it's just looking bad, when it comes to like the front office and the coaching staff. And it's like, man, here we go again with this whole dysfunctional thing. And it's just like, bro, that's what it is. And then losing doesn't help, because I feel like we were ascending. We were a team that was like, yo, like, hey, what Sacramento got going on? Now it's like we're not even making the playoffs. So it's like, I do see what you're saying, though, boy, when it comes to like being able to lure free agents over and things like that.
It's trying to lure them guys over. It's like,
because that's already a narrative.
Right.
That's already a narrative for us coming from Sacramento. And before this owner was here, these players was here, that was already
this thing
comes from the top. The dysfunction comes from the top. But you know what, Herter? You had a great game last night. I'm not going to take anything from you, but I will say this, bruh.
I had to take a sip because here you go.
Don't get on here and act like you was a guy that if you got the opportunity, you was going to be dropping 28 a night.
Thank you. I was thinking that too. No,
right?
I was thinking that too.
You could not throw a rock into the Sacramento River for half of the season. You probably play, how many games did he play? I can actually tell you how many times he actually threw the rock in the water and it actually hit the water. So don't come in here acting like with that shit on your shoulders, acting like you just went crazy and you've been balling and you did so much shit for it.
No, he was. No. Hey, did y'all see how he posted up in there? He was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, felt good.
He seemed like he was relaxed, and he seemed like I get it. I felt the energy and aura coming through the TV when I seen it, and then seeing the clip that you sent me. You know, he was happy he got to Sacramento. And maybe
he should. That's how he was. Listen, that's how he was, right? When he left Atlanta. When he came here, the first
rejuvenated. Hey,
great. You was motivated. But what happens when you don't have the motivation and you're not determined? The thing is, you are Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
You're not Herder. You're Jim Carrey. Because you're acting out there. You're not getting no buckets when you don't got no motivation or somebody that you upset about.
Hey, shots fired.
When a regular Wednesday pops up, come on, bro. When a regular Wednesday, 7:30, and you're playing Charlotte and you have no motivation, can you get us 14 points?
Ooh. Hey.
No, that's why you're not here. So take some accountability.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
I do too as well. And like to piggyback off what you guys were saying and then answering your question. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's too many what ifs. There's too many what ifs. Too many people,
it's hella what ifs right now.
Too many guys are questioning themselves whether they want to come back to this.
Or what about? Or is this
about next year? Or what? Yeah. What are we gonna be able to do? Who are we gonna coach? I'm gonna be honest, man. I won't be surprised if Vivek and that front office decides to go ahead and press the reset button, because it's gonna trickle on down. Which we see in the article. You know where I'm going with this. We see an article I think I sent you where Sabonis was starting to question the direction of where the Kings are going to go.
See, and I don't know how true that article is. All right, let's talk about that, because that's one thing I did want to talk about weeks ago when we talked about it and we never got a chance to get on here. Basically, the gist of the article was on some there's some players that have questions about where is this thing going? Where's this all going? And my response to that was, it's wherever y'all take it. Like Sabonis, Lavine, DeRozan, it's wherever y'all take. Like, what do you mean? Like, y'all are really good NBA players. Like, you guys are all of y'all I just named are above average NBA players. Can we agree?
Yes,
for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So why are we talking about where's this thing going? Y'all need to figure it out together. What do you mean? What do y'all want? What do y'all want? Kevin Durant?
Well, I mean,
what do you want? Steph Curry?
I think
you want Giannis? Because here's my thing. No. Here's my thing. How much better does it get than what you guys have? If it's not a guy like a Giannis, or if it's not a guy like Durant, or if it's not a guy like Edwards, Shea, who do y'all want here at that point?
Well, that was a point of time. That was a point of time. Hey, I don't know why I'm hopping into that. I don't know what's going on. I just been hopping in, ain't I?
Oh no.
Hey, that goes back to a point in time where we come from a different era where people, when it was an individual who wanted to be the face of a franchise. Now these dudes, they want them, they partner, and the other partner, and the other. We all could be the face of the franchise. It's like,
I just didn't understand when I heard they want to know where this is going. That didn't make sense to me. Come like, y'all are the direction where it's going. Like, you guys, you guys are a great core. Figure this out with what you guys have, and you guys can win. Like, I didn't understand that whole where this is going thing. I didn't get that.
I think the De'Aaron Fox thing is what made.
So what? He want to go. That's him. No.
So listen. So this is what I was going to say is that, like what Sim said, you know what I'm saying, is that we don't have them guys who want to go ahead and be the face of the franchise. Sabonis and them, even DeRozan, they felt like Fox was the face of the Kings. Let's just be honest, because he was. Mm-hmm. The reason why you're coming to Sacramento to come play is to get better, but you're playing with a quote unquote superstar in De'Aaron Fox. So now that domino falls.
I see what you're saying, because now that you put it like
how can we get the next big superstar player
that's fair.
Or sending one to come play here?
Now that you just said it like that, because I'm looking at DeRozan, he's 34. He's not looking to be the guy no more. Now Sabonis, I feel like could be your guy though. He's still young enough to be like, all right, you can build around him and kind of like, have the supporting cast to support him as your guy. He's the guy, but build around him and support him. So I feel like he can plug in and still be that for this team. Like, if it's not, because to me before De'Aaron left, in my mind I was already kind of thinking this is Sabonis' team. I'd already been thinking that anyway. Now, De'Aaron was a younger guy, the fast, flashy point guard. Yeah, cool. But, once he left, I was like, all right, well, but that does make sense. Maybe they're looking for a guy to lead them as be their guy. But I mean, if that's the case, then if y'all are looking for that, then we might as well blow this thing up. Because if y'all don't feel like you can do it with this group, it's not going to get much better than this. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as having a group of guys that can really play basketball on the Sacramento Kings. You know what I mean? It's not going to get much better.
What was you say, Teddy? Because I know Teddy was about to say something about that. I'm pretty sure.
No. I'm listening. I'm listening to y'all.
Well, what's your thoughts on that, though?
What's your thoughts about that? Yeah, what's your thoughts about it?
As far as what?
Just, do you feel like we have enough to win right now? Because I do. I just feel like they got to figure it out and get it together.
To bring players in next year.
But my thing is bringing who in? Like, where again? I want to go back to that whole. The quote was the players want to see where this thing is going. That was the quote that I saw, and it didn't make no sense to me. That quote made absolutely no sense because I'm like, well, what do you want? What do you mean where this thing is going?
Hey, I could probably say there's stuff that's happening on the back end because we're not a part of the organization. We don't play. We're not, in the front office. So it has to probably do with the front office situation too as well. The next coach is going to go ahead and come in. Who are you going to go ahead and hire?
I can see the coach. I can see that being a thing. I can see the coach.
Your GM, Monty McNair, right? Is he capable enough to go ahead and make the necessary moves and adequate to go ahead and help us build this team up?
So maybe not more so. So maybe not more so about adding a superstar, but just more so about like the front office, the coaching staff,
the culture. I mean, you got to understand, man. When there's no coach.
That's fair. No, that's fair. If that's what they meant, that's fair. I get that.
You know what I mean? You got to look at it from that. If there's no, what the hell am I doing? What am I doing here? Why am I here?
Yeah. Culture.
At this point, I might as well go ahead and leave.
Again, playing devil's advocate, right? Look what happened and look what they did. Look at this front office did after De'Aaron left, right? You added a guy. For one, you put Doug Christie in that seat. You moved him down a seat and made him the head coach. They could have got a guy who none of those players knew. You know what I'm saying? Just a guy off the street, a name like Monty Williams or something. They could have, you know what I'm saying? They didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? They go, all right, we're going to get somebody who y'all know or who you guys are comfortable with. I feel like that was a good move. You go get Zach LaVine, who was a hell of an NBA player. You go get him, you know what I'm saying, who's very productive. You go get Valanciunas to help Sabonis and back him up. Now you have another Remember, my thing was we only had one productive big. Now you got Valanciunas, right? So you add him, Jake Lavery. How do you say his name?
Lavery or something like that.
Yeah.
You're saying you add him, good player, right? So it's like you added pieces. So I feel like if you're just talking about what they added post Mike Brown and post De'Aaron Fox, I get at a B plus. You know what I'm saying? A-. I mean, it don't get much better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as you were able to move and how you were able to maneuver through that situation.
I feel like those are some great points. But going forward, it's like, what do we do? Because they do. I'm honestly say this. I felt like the Kings players, and they can correct me if I'm wrong, they felt like once they did not, I guess, continue to keep playing like they did last year and the year before, and it kind of went down, the lack of inspiration or whatever, just it went out the window.
Well, here's my thing. Well, like you said, okay, what do you do now? It kind of goes with what I've been saying, right? Bring this group back. with a fresh start, training camp.
Add,
you know what I'm saying? Go get a draft pick. Maybe add a free agent, you know what I'm saying, if you can. Right. You know, are you going to bring back Doug? I don't know. Okay, well, if not, go get the best head coach you can get. Go get the best free agent head coach you can get. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they bring that group back with a focus on defense, right? Because you know you guys could score with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Focus on defense. Everybody buy in, and then see where you can go and get into the next season. That's what I feel like they should do. That's what I feel like the move should be. Now, Doug Christie, do y'all bring him back, Teddy White?
That's a great question.
Do you right now? If you were Monty McNair and you had to make the choice right now, would you bring Doug Christie back?
Me, I would bring Doug back. I will see. Right? It's kind of tough because it's kind of like the Mike Brown situation when they brought Mike Brown in. The wave was so good, then you know what I mean. Then we hit this wall and got rid of Mike. So. I mean, right now where I'm at, because he's something now. He's resemblance to the culture that I want for my organization. So I would bring that. I'm seeing organizations and teams bringing in new coaches that's off the bench. Seems like every year. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? He's learning as it go. But then I think about I think about the De'Aaron Fox or Sabonis situation, right? Because at the end of the day, regardless of how we look at it, that is a reset. Whether it's going towards the right direction or it's not going towards the right direction. Right. But
is that the Kings' fault though? Because I know De'Aaron was trying so hard to create the narrative that is on the front office and it's on the Kings. But was that really the Kings, or was that just something he wanted to do? Because what I heard that Brad was building a house out there last spring, but like there was I forgot where I heard it, and I could be wrong. So you know what I'm saying, but I heard that somebody was on some like they like it was like a delivery man or something, went to his house, delivered something out here in Sacramento, and was and like just talking to the wife or whatever, whoever was there at the time, and they mentioned something about, we're getting ready to move, we're building a house in San Antonio, like type shit, or in Texas. And it was like, so was that already a plan? It's like, you know what I mean? So we really don't know. You're not gonna get the truth from De'Aaron. You're not. Like, he's not gonna be like, I've been wanting to leave.
You probably,
because that makes him look bad.
You probably won't get that truth until way later on in his career. If ever at all. You know what I mean? I would appreciate it if he took accountability and just said, hey, look,
he ain't doing that.
Was going. We know he ain't, but I'm saying if, you know, we from the old school. I'd rather you just be upfront and honest. Hey, look, man, this shit ain't. I don't like the direction that we're going into, and I'm ready to go ahead and move on.
But see, but the reason I brought that up is because I think it was something one of y'all just said, like, as far as Teddy White, you said it was a reset, right? But again, like, was that? I guess what I'm asking is, were the Kings blindsided by that whole? Oh wait, we didn't think we was going to sign you to the bag. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden you want to go. So were they blindsided by like trying to put this group together and build around De'Aaron Fox? And all of a sudden he's the one who wants to go. And now it's like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Because now the Kings are left with the residual effects of trying to figure this out. And now the players are looking at them like, what are you going to do? It's like, well, he's the one who wanted to leave. We were trying to build around him. And he's the one who just wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do you do? And I feel like considering that, I feel like they've done the best job they can, possibly could have, considering all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I still feel strongly about they fired Mike Brown because De'Aaron Fox wanted him gone, or they just felt like they knew he was unhappy, and they were like, okay, we're not winning. What do we do? You know, all right, fire Mike Brown. You know, and it's like, okay, what do you do? Keep losing with him? Like, what do you?
So my thing is,
I feel like they're between a rock and a hard place, man. I do. I really do.
Well, I do too. Like you just asked Teddy. I mean, you asked him, do you run it back with Doug Christie? I like Doug Christie. It seemed like he actually got the locker room in order once he took interim head coach. He is a player's coach. Mm-hmm. And used to be an ex-NBA player that's played in the league, knows what it takes to go and gather people around when it's need to go ahead and brought up with the morale and things of that nature. I honestly don't see them bringing back Doug. If they do, allow him to go ahead and create his own staff, because I know the coaching staff they have now will probably not be the same coaching staff.
I think his head assistant is leaving. He's going to like to coach like a college team.
Okay.
I forgot his name.
So no, I mean, if you do go ahead and get somebody like that, you bring Doug in again, let him run it back. Go get somebody like Jeff Van Gundy over there in out here
to
in
be
LA.
the head coach.
No, to go ahead and be your assistant head coach. That's what he's doing with Tyronn Lue out here. And
He's over Tyronn Lue, right?
he's in Toronto. Well, come on.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. The Lakers got. I ain't gonna lie. The Lakers got some good assistants too. Nate McMillan over there. Scott Brooks. I think Scott Brooks is on that bench.
Scott Brooks. Yep. Bring Scott Brooks in. Bring them in to go ahead and kind of help out Doug. If you're gonna go ahead and run it back with.
Or what if you replace Doug with one of them?
And I was just gonna say that. Or replace Doug with one of them if that is the case. The only thing is, man, is you got to really, really get those players' words that they're willing to buy in and regroup back enough. And you got to go ahead and do that in the offseason. Because if this is something that they don't believe in, they're definitely not going to want to go ahead and run. Because we said it, DeRozan came here because of De'Aaron Fox. Sabonis was already here, and it made De'Aaron Fox better because they had an adequate, center who can go ahead and help out, who is ascending to a superstar. He don't get his just due. I don't care what nobody say. I think Sabonis is damn near like one of the top three centers in the league right now. Bigs, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to make sure that DeRozan's going to go ahead and buy in. I know Lavine's still on a 2 contract is what you said.
I think
or he can opt out after. I think everybody can damn near opt out around the same time.
Around the same time, yeah.
Around the same time. I think there's like one person that's like ahead of them, but everybody else can opt out at the same exact time.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think that they gotta have to go ahead and look deep at themselves, talking about the front office, and figure out how they can go ahead and get these players to buy into this code and be able to back again and take accountability for wherever they drop the ball at to get this thing back in order. Because I understand how you go from a mediocre team some years back, then you go ahead and go to a playoff team where you took the Warriors to
7 games.
7. Then you come back the next year, you play the playing game, you're going to bounce out, I think, right? Then this year you play mediocre. It's like...
Well, it make you think, well, in that time when we made it to the playoffs, a lot of things had to happen for us. Our star players wasn't really missing no games, playing every...
Right.
There was a lot of things that went into play for us to even... And we ignore that fact.
Right.
So we got so stuck on that we wasn't there for 17 years. Mm-hmm. But it was a lot of things that went to tack. Now the West is getting better every year. Yes. And we still got damn near the same exact core as everybody else is getting better and better.
And better. So let me ask y'all this. What was the difference from that playoff team that took the Warriors to 7 games versus these last 2 years?
Well, I just told you.
Personnel-wise.
Things got better. People got injured. It's like, man, like the universe, it's like so many things went so right for us and we got hot at the right moment. We can't find that same kind of consistency. You know what I mean? Like,
and I think no, yeah, and just to kind of add to that, I feel like that playoff year, everybody knew their role. Everybody played within their role at a high level. I feel like De'Aaron was on the tear. I feel like he was trying to prove something. I feel like he was trying to prove that he was one of the top point guards in the league. And for that year, he was. You know what I'm saying? But then I ain't gonna lie, I feel like there was a little drop off from him, right? I know he had some injuries.
Yeah.
The bench was better too. That's another thing. Our bench
was better than when they went the playoff run, or now.
Now
the bench is better now.
Okay. The bench is better. The bench is better now, but we don't necessarily get to see that because it hasn't been enough chemistry.
Exactly.
On paper, yes, I feel like this.
Because
bench
then we
is
had
better.
Monk was a 6 man. You know what I'm saying?
He was hurt too as well.
We just talked. What did we start the pod with? We talked about Herter. Herter was balling that first year he was here.
He was.
He was hitting that shot consistently. That was Keegan's rookie year. He snuck up on people. People didn't know what he was about. I
feel like he took a step back, bro. It's like, golly, like.
But I feel like he's still playing well though. I like Keegan. I'm a Keegan. I like Keegan.
I'm a Keegan fan too. I feel like he took a step back from the year they made the playoffs from his rookie.
Well, you gotta think. Man, when you got guys that are getting all these shots in Lavine and DeRozan and Sabonis and Monk, it's like listen, you got to find.
This is where you find your identity, offensive wise, bro.
I feel like
I'm not going. I can't give you 15 to 20 points a game or 20 to 30 points a game. Hey, you know what? Let me go ahead and create some problems on defense. Go ahead.
But he does. No. It's two players on this team that play defense: Keegan and Keon Ellis. Them two dudes, they play. Keon. Them two guys play defense for sure.
Right. I mean, I'm being honest with you, man. Like optimistic. They bring it back. I just feel like the core of my body and the way I'm feeling is just telling me.
Do you feel like it's gonna be a major change?
One of them players is gonna go ahead and say, "Hey, I want."
I think it's gonna be DeRozan.
I want out. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's gonna be DeRozan.
I'm
if I had to guess, I don't think it's gonna be Zach LaVine. I think Zach is good here.
But the thing about it is, I think that anybody would take Zach right now. To be honest with you, I think anybody would take Zach right now.
No. But I'm saying I don't think he's gonna want to. I don't think he's gonna ask to leave.
Why not? If you're gonna go ahead,
bro. Everybody can't go. It's not gonna be just a fire sale. Everybody gone. It's not gonna be like that. It might be one or two guys. The two guys I think is DeRozan, because I feel like, again, he kind of already said it. He came here to play, with DeRozan, with Fox, and I think it might be Monk. Because he took less money to stay with this group, and then Darren just got up out of here. So I feel like he might be like, man,
I think it's Sabonis, bro. Sabonis has been here.
I don't think that. I don't.
He's been here. He's been with Sacramento for what, 4 years, 5 years now? 4 years.
So you think? So you're saying DeRozan? So you're saying you think Sabonis may want to leave before DeRozan?
I think it's gonna be Sabonis. I think it's gonna be Sabonis and DeRozan.
I don't think Sabonis. What's your thoughts, Teddy?
I can see either one.
Yeah.
I don't see. I don't. If you're Sabonis, I don't see why though. Like,
you want to go play for a competitive team, man, and
so
question.
Who are you going to play for? That's my we have to stop, bro. Oh my goodness,
his glasses.
I hate this.
When we say competitive, we saying
no. We have to stop acting like the grass is just greener with any other team. Who like? All right, let's hold on. Go ahead.
Because we gonna go ahead and get down.
No. Because what I'm saying is, it's not just like, I'm just gonna go here and magically just be. I'm out of Sacramento. All right, let's just look at the West. You're not going to the Thunder. You're not going to Houston. They're keeping Shangoon. You're not going. Hold on. Let me. I'm just going to the Western Conference right now. You're not going to the Lakers. There's no money for you there. No, you're not going to the Lakers. Grizzlies? Maybe. You can do like a Jaren Jackson, maybe a Grizzlies. Warriors? They don't got nobody. Like,
you can go there.
Where you want? Okay, now who do you? Hold on. Now, who do you want to go to? You want to go to the Warriors?
Why
Clippers?
Would you not?
You want to go to the Clippers? You're not going to Minnesota with Julius Randle and Gobert.
No, Gobert, you're not going there.
Where are you going? No, all right, let's go to the Eastern Conference. Hold on, no. Hold on. Because the grass is not this whole competitive. It's like, all right, Cavaliers, they're not breaking up their core. Celtics are not breaking up their core. Knicks are not breaking up their core. Do you want to go back to Indiana if you're Sabonis? No. Are you going to Milwaukee? For who? For who?
Yeah. I ain't want to go back to Indiana.
You might want to go, man.
For who?
Exactly,
bro. No. Indiana don't look much better than they were when they was with.
Orlando. He can go to Orlando.
Who you trading?
Orlando, Milwaukee.
You go,
Milwaukee for who?
Orlando.
For who?
It depends on what the Kings want to take. So
you want Sabonis? You want Sabonis and Giannis? Two guys that can't shoot. Not happening. Not happening. That's why Brook Lopez is there, because he can stretch the floor. That's not happening. All right, Detroit. Does that guarantee anything? All right, they're 6th in the East. I want to go to Detroit. I want to leave Sacramento. Go to Detroit. Hawks, no. Hawks, no. Hawks, no.
Their foundation is better for sure right now.
Hawks, no. Orlando, we just talked about, they're 8th in the East, and you're in the East. Bulls, you're not going there.
Fuck no.
They're not getting rid of Bam.
Teddy just said that.
The Heat aren't getting rid of Bam.
They'll put him with Bam. They can both start.
Again, two guys that can't shoot. You're not doing that. You're not doing that. You're not putting two guys that cannot shoot together. You're not doing it. Raptors, no. Philly, no. Brooklyn, Hornets, Wizards. He's not going to watch. That's what I'm saying. But we act like the field is just so great. It's like,
we're
bro.
Not saying, no, we're not saying.
No, I'm not saying y'all, but I'm saying in general, people just act like, oh, just go to another team and it's just going to be so good. No, bro, figure it out here. Figure it out. You guys got a squad.
Where you gonna go? There's a couple teams in the West that he might go and stay with. You feel what I'm saying? He can go to Clippers.
And do what? And do what?
Bruh.
And do what?
He got a better chance of probably winning there than what he does in Sacramento.
Winning what? A couple more games? They're in the play-in just like us. What you mean? That's what I'm saying. We gotta. Y'all have to look at it like this. No, I'm sorry. Y'all gotta look at it like this because I know it's just easy to say just go to another team and I want to be. But when you look at the landscape of the NBA, it's not just like that. It's not.
No, we're not saying that. The only thing I'm just saying is what he had put. Article.
And that's what I'm talking about. But again, I don't know how factual that article was. But if it was accurate, what I'm saying is, if you're Sabonis, what situation that's going to put you as a guy to where you're going to be able to have a chance to win? That's because that's what everybody wants, right?
Well, you got to understand, man. Some of these other markets.
Where, Brandon?
I hate to say
it, give me a realistic team.
Teddy, what we said about the culture in what's called. You just went
and where
culture, the young boys.
Now Detroit has a culture. Oh, that's what we're doing.
Well, let's be real. What's got them boys over there
doing now?
That's what we're doing. What's the black man? What's the black head coach of Detroit right now? I can't think his name.
Biggerstaff.
Huh?
Biggerstaff.
Yeah, Bernie Biggerstaff got them boys. Bernie, right?
Bernie Biggerstaff.
Bernie got them boys believing in culture.
That was the Kings. That was the Kings 2 years ago.
I get it, but
so you're gonna leave. So you'd rather go there than to continue to build something that you already kind of like, and you're the centerpiece now. If you're the centerpiece.
Okay. Well, we said that some people don't want to be the centerpiece. That's the reason why Fox wanted to go ahead and get him. Fox did not want to be the superstar player. From my understanding.
So you don't think Sabonis wants to be the centerpiece?
No. I'm talking about the actual front man for the organization and for no. Teddy, do you believe in that? I don't believe Sabonis wants to be the front man for that team.
Why wouldn't he be?
I could be wrong.
Why not?
I could be wrong.
I think he necessarily doesn't mind.
I don't think he minds.
If it's put in his lap, then yes, he'll take it. Sure.
I think one thing I think Sabonis is, I think the city gives him that because he's very good representation of what Sacramento people is. They show up, hard working,
yeah.
It don't even matter. We got it, and people can be like, "This is all around the country." I don't know. I'm only talking about where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Very good representation. So I don't know. I feel like he's embraced it. If we're gonna name him the face, but that goes back to. Detroit has that right now. We don't know who our guy is. We have a bunch of niggas on the team with a name, but we don't know who the guy is. Now, if I go to Detroit
has 4 more wins than the Sacramento Kings right now in the Eastern Conference.
We're building around him. He's the guy.
Detroit has 4 more wins.
I'm not going to get us to the championship.
No,
Detroit has 4 more wins than the Sacramento Kings in the Eastern Conference.
But my thing is, the expectation of the Pistons is not where they are. Our expectations is way beyond what the Pistons is. Right. So yes, they may have 4 less wins or whatever, but what does that say about us? Because this is their first year. Yeah. This is really their first year.
Well, here's the thing, right? We've had injuries, we had a coaching change, and we had our superstar guy who just wanted to get up out of here and go to San Antonio. That's big, and for them to still have 35 wins within all of that, I think that's.
Well,
within the injuries, within De'Aaron Fox wanting to go and getting rid of Mike Brown, that's a whole lot.
Well, you have to understand they didn't trade for no slouch. Zach LaVine ain't no.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Run this group back one more year and let's go.
My thing is being GM stuff right now.
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you this, and I'm gonna ask Teddy after this.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get DeRozan, Monk, Sabonis to buy into your product to want to run this back again next year?
It kind of goes with what I've been saying. Like, look, bro, blindsided us. We was trying to build around him. He already had an exit plan to go to Texas that he already knew about. You know what I'm saying? He ran out on y'all. He didn't think y'all was good enough. See, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm like, he didn't think y'all was good enough. He wanted to go down there and play with Wemby and be in Texas.
Now let's be fair.
No, hold on. Let me finish because he asked me a question. I want to answer it. That's just a part of it. And then I'm gonna say, look, I believe in y'all. You know what I'm saying? Look what we've done throughout all of that, all the turmoil this year, right? Look what we've done. And we don't know, like, at this point, we don't know if we're going to be in the playoffs or not. Well, you know, because we're talking about a conversation in the summer. So we don't know what's going to happen between that. We might get in the playoffs and win the first round. Who knows? If we go against the Rockets, we could probably beat them in the first round. Hold on. Let me finish. Hold on. I'm kind of making these points, but I'm okay. All right, cool. I want to finish. I want to give you this answer. So I'm going to say all that and be like, hey. Again, like I said, let's bring this group back. Trust in me, because you said if I'm the GM, I'm going to add a piece. I'm going to get y'all a point guard. We're going to continue to build this roster up. You know what I'm saying? It might look a little different with, one or two spots or whatever, but for the most part, it's going. The main core is going to be what we have in you, DeMar, and you, Domantas, and you, Zach. Y'all are going to be the core. Give me one season, full season, without the distractions, without the turmoil, without the coaching, without the trades, without the superstar being gone. Let me add, I'm going to get y'all a guy. I'm going to get y'all a point guard. Let's run this back. That's how I would sell it.
So
that's how I would sell it.
Okay, so then my next question is, last time I asked Teddy too as well, so he's going to answer the same thing, is that you do it like that. Okay, you sit down, you talk to him. All right, you break down that story like how you just did. Do you listen to them and do you take suggestions from them?
Absolutely. You have to. You have to because now you're trying to gain their trust back. Because now if they're on some, well, what are we doing? Because because they don't know. Okay, with the whole De'Aaron thing with him pushing everything on the organization, they might believe some of that, but they know more than we do, right? They might know nah, bro, I've been wanting to go. You know what I'm saying? Because the way Malik was talking, he was like, man, like he wanted to go. So it was kind of like the way Malik was talking after the trade. I feel like his vibe was like, nah, bro, just wanted to go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So whatever, based on what they know, they might not look at it like how some people look at it, like, oh, dysfunctional. It was just bro wanted to leave. But now it's like, okay, can you work past that and figure it out to the point to where you guys are able to move on from that and have a full season with this new group of guys? Because again, these guys can play basketball. When I look at these guys that we just named, and lavine, DeRozan, Sabonis, Keegan, Keon Ellis, Monk, those are 6 guys. Valanciunas, let's go 7. Valanciunas, Trey Lyles, he's an Olympian. Trey Lyles is an Olympian. That's 8 guys. Can you give me 8 guys on just every single roster that you feel like, okay, yeah, I don't know if you could do that look like that? I don't know if you can do that.
So Teddy, let me ask you this. How do you go ahead and get them players to buy in to next year to bring everybody back to run it? What are you going to do? What are you going to go ahead and do as far as from a GM aspect to get them players to buy into that? Because it's a tough sale, man. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a tough sale.
It's really just, the only thing you can do is don't make promises. Just say what that you're gonna try to do. Because if you promise me that you're gonna bring a guard in,
you have to bring a guard in. Sims. No, you have to.
That you tried to bring a guard in.
but you got to get a point guard in. You have to. You have to get a point guard.
Yeah, but I'm saying you have to get a point guard in. But I'm saying, if you want to keep me, what caliber of a point guard? Like, I need to know that you're going to bring a point guard that's going to be up to my caliber. If not, then just because you bring bring Jeff Teague in.
Well, you can't promise that because there's only so many of those. There's only so many of those guys. There's only so many. See, we gotta stop acting like it's just like, this guy, this team, this player. It's not like that. It's slim pickings. It's slim pickings. Hold on. It's slim pickings between teams, and it's slim pickings between players. That's all I'm saying. The grass ain't always greener. Like, yeah, we've had a rocky season for sure, but I'm looking past the record. I'm looking past what's going on this season. I'm looking at the guys that they have on the roster versus other rosters. You know what I'm saying? And like, if you're just going name for name, roster for roster, like nigga Malik and Ball, Sabonis, like it's there.
But
it's there. Y'all got to figure. Why can y'all not figure this out with this group of guys?
Well, I mean, sometimes, man, it's like fitting a block into a circle. It just does not work.
Lavine just got here. Lavine just got here.
Yeah, it needs time.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Am I high on it? Yeah, we're going to be 1 through 4. I don't think this team.
I'm not saying that, but they could be 5, 6. They could be 5, 6, 7. But they could be 5, 6, 7.
In a worse conference. Hey, and they was in a worse conference. Yeah. So I don't expect anything past 4, which is still a win for us. That's if we get anywhere 5 below, that's a great win for the Sacramento Kings. Yeah. Right? But at the end of the day, I got to know, like, I'm going right? But if, as a player, am I going to go off your word or am I going to go off the history of this organization? But also, we can just hold on. Let me stop you right there too. Hold on. Let me stop you right there. Go back.
Hold on.
The last 5 seasons.
Let me intervene real quick. Let me intervene real quick right there, because y'all, what I'm getting from y'all right now is a lot of, hey ownership, hey GM, what are you gonna do? No, I think the difference is where I'm coming from, and the reason why I'm opposing y'all right now, because I'm looking at it like, no, players, what are you gonna do? Because y'all, I'm looking at this again. I keep saying it. When you look at this group of guys, they are enough to win. They are enough to be in the 5th spot or the 6th spot right now. I'm looking at the standing right now. They are
those right now,
huh? Say it again, Teddy. Say it again.
Exactly. Phoenix is saying, right?
Exactly.
Hold on, though, boy. Hold on. Teddy White, said it. I didn't hear you. Say it again.
I said that's the same thing that Phoenix is sitting back saying. They saying the same thing as us.
No.
But the only thing
No. Phoenix is not good enough. Phoenix is not good enough. Phoenix don't have a better roster than us. Phoenix don't have a better roster than us.
No, but the 3 top heavy.
That's not good enough though. No, I disagree. I disagree with that.
Are they good enough? So are you telling me they're not good enough to be top 9?
Bill's not that good no more, bro. He's just not. I'm sorry, he's not. And they don't have a point guard either. They have and they don't play defense either. So no.
So what I'm saying to you, because you said it's slim picking. I heard you say that just a minute ago, right? Steph. Slim pickings as far as free agents go. Why do I want to go ahead and buy into something like that when the small?
Say it again.
You said that it's slim pickings
between teams and players. Yes, I did say that.
Teams and players, right? So if I'm with Zach LaVine, mainly DeRozan and Sabonis as well, why would I go ahead and buy into something like that if I know the market is very?
I guess you know what my problem is.
And I know you can't bring.
You know what? I'm gonna just end it like this because we're going kind of long. If you don't believe in yourself and you don't believe in your talent, all right, you can go.
Because
I feel like y'all are good enough.
Yeah.
No, I feel like y'all are good enough. But if y'all don't believe in that, all right, you can go. Bye. DeRozan, LaVine, Sabonis, Monk, Keegan, Ellis. What are we talking about?
I agree with that.
What are we talking about?
Hey, but that's why I told you it comes into buying into the.
Buy into yourself. Buy into yourself.
But the thing
about
it is,
buy into yourself, man.
I get what you're saying. 110%, and what you're saying is not wrong. As a player, yes, you have to buy into yourself and believe in that. Hey, with this core guys that we have here, we can win some games to be in the upper echelon of the Western Conference. Do they have the roster to go ahead and do that? For sure. 110%. I feel like their roster is cool right now outside of them not having a point guard. We got what we've been asking for all season long when the season first started was a backup true center.
Big, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's something we haven't had since we've had Sabonis.
Not at all.
Now you got that. You see what I'm saying when I say I want to see this with a whole year? That's what I'm saying. Like a backup five for Sabonis.
You got to dangle something that's gonna.
Well,
hey, I believe in what you're saying.
Well, like I'm
gonna stay here.
Well, you asked me what I would say. That's what I would say. I'd be like, I would make them buy into themselves first.
Yeah.
Because I believe in y'all. Because I believe in y'all.
That's not wrong. That's not wrong.
It's not wrong at all.
System though, but then you go into that phase where you dealing with grown ass men who shouldn't I shouldn't have, but we know these players, and I think one of y'all asked too. Would I take? I think it was Doughboy. Like, what if I was a GM? Would I take? Suggest like, what do y'all think? Like, hell yeah! Like, what as far as coaching, do y'all want Doug back? What do y'all think? Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, at that point, you got to take. You want your players to go ahead and buy in to feel like they got a word in how this organization is going to go ahead and move.
No, for sure.
You know, because if you don't go ahead and go ask them, and I feel like you got to get to these players very, very early on when that offseason hits.
Very early.
When you guys go ahead and get bounced out, if that's
I'm
the
talking
case,
about the day, that next day.
Whether it be the playing game, as soon as you get eliminated, you need to make them phone calls. You need to bring them people in face to face, players.
And what I would do too, I would even almost ask like before the draft, like, hey, what y'all thinking? Like, what do you know what I'm saying? Like, you another point guard. That's one thing too. I don't want to knock the kid Devin Carter.
I'm knocking him, Devin. You're not a lottery pick, buddy.
One more year.
Okay.
You're not a lottery pick. I'm not giving him
4-5 one more year.
I'm not giving him another year. No. You should have been taken in the second round, bruh. Period. Like, no.
So,
and I'm on it. I don't care.
It's going to be interesting.
It's not a lottery pick.
It's going to be really interesting to see what happens this postseason because it was just a whole lot going on this year, man. But I will say that I feel like these guys are good enough to win together if you add a piece.
Yeah.
But we'll see, man. We'll see.
I'll say this before we get up out of here. If they make a run in these playoffs, I'm talking about winning the playing games, running to the first round, maybe get them a first round victory. You got a strong case.
Again, I feel like
coming back. Hey, hear me out. You got a strong case of these guys coming back. You also got other cats looking into the situation like, hey, here. I might want to go over here. They got lavine. They got Sabonis coming back. You know what I'm saying? They got a good balance of a core. Bench with Ellis, who else? Valanciunas and things of that nature. So you know what? I might be able to go ahead and help them out with something over here. Let me go ahead and add that element that they don't have to the situation. But I feel like they can't do the one and done though. Go ahead and just game and go ahead the playing game.
What I'm hoping for is going to be tough, but I'm hoping they can get that 7th seed and play the Rockets because I feel like we could beat the Rockets in the 7-game series, bruh.
So let me ask you this thing: the playing games. How's that going to go ahead and work? So you have the 4 bottom teams with. Minnesota. So 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th play. I think if 7 loses, then. Okay. Is it whoever beats them? See, it's so confused. Is it whoever beats them goes to that 7th spot? And then whoever beats them goes to the 7th spot? You know what I mean? Like, I thought 9th and 7th play against each other, and then 8th and whoever it is play each other.
You know what? That's a great question.
The winner of that goes.
That's a great question for the next pod. I'm gonna look that up, and then we're gonna talk about how that whole thing could look and how it could possibly look for the Kings because I don't want to just say I'm not sure who plays who and how it goes when who beats who. So it's a little, you know what I'm saying? But I do want to look that up. But hey, this is great pod, man. Great pod. We did go a little over. But that's how we get, man. We get passionate about this team, man, because we want to see the hometown team do and be better, man. At the end of the day, we all want the same goal, man. At the end of the day,
definitely.
But it all goes on how you look at it, man. Is it the front office? Is it the players? Or I think it's 50-50, man. I feel like it's a lot of what is in your mouth. I feel like a lot of onus is on both, and the players got to be accountable too, for what's transpiring on that court. We'll see where it goes these next few games, and we'll see if we can make a run in this play-in, get to the playoffs. But You know, it's going to be.
I think there's only like 5 or 6 games left for the season.
Say it again.
There's only like 5 or 6 games I think that are left. I think 7
games. It is a little more than that. More so like 10-ish. 11-ish.
Okay. I thought it was a little
something like that.
Okay.
But it's coming down to the wire, man. Pretty soon. Playoffs start next month, April.
Yeah.
Playoffs start in about 3 weeks. I believe. Something like that. So, but now, yeah, man, good linking up with y'all, man. We got, you know what I'm saying? We definitely got to come back, you know what I'm saying? And keep it going as we head into this play-in and the playoffs in April. On that no rim, I'll go by the name of stuff. We got Doughboy Bush, Teddy White 45, man. We are up out of here, man. Tap in, like, comment, subscribe, and we're going to get back at y'all.